Okay guys, today, it's great fishing. You have to clean the fish as well, so let's get started and review how to fillet a fish. So we'll do that with trout, because that's what I generally fish for. And I was lucky to get a couple of beautiful specimens. Here's about a 3.5 pound, about 21 inch. It's a beautiful beast. So what I do when I catch them, directly I break the gills, I knock them out, and then I crack the gills right there to bleed them. That's why you see still some remaining of blood. It's removing the gaminess of it. So one glove, one fillet knife. Be careful when they're new, they're pretty sharp. I like them sharp but not too much. It's the best way to fail fillet as well. When they're dull, it's not working either, not properly. So what you do is you go right behind the gills. You see where I put my finger and lift that gills. And you go about like a 30-degree angle in that direction. The angle doesn't really matter. And then you twist the other way. Just being careful not to go through the collarbone, which I'm doing right now. Right, here we go, I'm just right above. And then you're going to follow it. Just cut it and follow along. Put a little bit of pressure down, not too much. And go all the way to the tail. Some people are going and cutting the fillet completely. I leave the remaining attached, and I'll explain you why. And you see the fillet right there. And here it's clear to the bones, so it's a very nice fillet. Then I flip it. I go from the back and just basically scoop it, Just cut, follow the skin, hold the skin like that, and you have an amazing fillet. Remove the fat or whatever it is. Then you want to cut the bone of the cage. So you just go above right here, and as you come back you curve that direction, so you can scoop it and keep as much meat as possible. And just try to follow that cage. And you proceed forward. It allows you to have like the cage and you have barely no meat on that. This will be for the bird or the fox. And then you have an amazing fillet. And even while talking, you see, it takes no time. So now I'm going to show you how to recoup a fillet if you mess it up. So let's say you start properly. Okay, cut the fillet. Now follow the cage, lift a little bit for the other one, just to get above. And then follow all the way. And generally, you stop here. If not, you have nothing to hold the fish and cut the other side of the fillet. Let's say you messed up, boom, and you cut all the way through. This can be frustrating. You still have the skin, you have nothing to grab on. So a couple of ways you can do that. First, I will remove the cage, that's how I'm calling that, however you want to call it, but the bones that is surrounding all the belly and the organs of the fish. So you see how I'm scooping it, and I keep all the flesh, and this is super thin. There is about no meat on that. And for better dexterity, I never use glove for the right hand, because I don't touch the fish with that hand. Some like to keep the filet as is, so you can cook it that way on a barbecue. It's awesome. I like them without skin, you know, because I will cube them. I will do all kind of recipes. So no, you still have the skin on your side. And the point is grabbing it, and this can be very frustrating because it's slippery, and you see I'm already having a hard time. Glad I did that. So generally it's a little bit easier with a smaller fish and perch. When you cut the cage here, you go to the skin, and then you can pinch the skin and go the other way around, and then you cut the fillet that direction and remove the skin. On such a nice fish, I want to make sure I keep all that meat here and have a nice fillet. It looks like salmon. You see, that's a rainbow trout, and that's an awesome fillet. So I will basically use the tip of my finger here, try to pinch it, and I will slowly cut it at the beginning, very slowly. And as I'm getting more grasp of the skin, I put a little bit more pressure, and then I grab the skin. And here we go. So if you mess it up, you know, it's still not too complicated to remove that, and then you just have skin, and you see there is absolutely nothing left. And there is no magic into that. This is super easy. That's your fillet. If you have little remainings, you know, generally on the top, you have little bitty piece of fat, just trim it, you know, clean that so it is as clean as possible when you cook it for your friends. And remember, if you're doing smallmouth bass or perch, you don't have any bones anymore once you do the fillet the same way. Rainbows, you have those side bones right here. Okay, it can be easily removed once cooked. You cannot really remove them, as far as I know, before when it's raw, because you basically you will damage the flesh. It won't be good looking anymore. Let's do the next one before night time. Yes, it was lucky night. This one is 22 inch, about 4.5 pounds. It's a beautiful one as well. Let's do the fillet with a little bit of music.